Welcome back to Torque Vision, everyone. Today, I'm bringing you something really exciting, something that's been buzzing in the EV world, Polestar's upcoming flagship SUV, the 2026 Polestar 7. Now, if you've been following Polestar's journey like I have, you know this brand has been quietly but confidently building its own identity, taking the minimalist Scandinavian design roots and blending them with futuristic tech. But with the Polestar 7, they're taking a big step forward, and honestly, it feels like they're out to prove they can play in the big leagues while doing things their own way. So let's start with the design. Polestar has always nailed that sleek, modern aesthetic. You know, sharp lines, clean edges, and this futuristic but never over-the-top vibe. The Polestar 7 takes that philosophy but makes it bolder. The stance is wider, the body looks more muscular, and there's this rugged edge to it. The front end is unmistakably Polestar with those signature light blades, but they've given it a stronger, more aggressive look. It feels like a car that's just as comfortable parked in a downtown skyscraper garage as it is sitting on a gravel road at the edge of a national park. And speaking of gravel roads, here's the twist: Polestar 7 isn't just about looking good on the road. They're giving it genuine off-road capability. We're talking raised ground clearance, optional all-terrain tires, reinforced underbody panels, and even drive modes that adapt the suspension and traction for dirt, snow, or rocky terrain. For a brand that's mostly been about sleek urban EVs like the Polestar 2 sedan and the stylish Polestar 3 SUV, this is a huge shift. It's almost like they're saying, we can do elegance and adventure in one package. Now let's talk about what's powering this beast, because this is where Polestar really surprised me. Instead of going all in on just EV like they've done in the past, the Polestar 7 is coming in two flavors, a full EV and a hybrid. The hybrid makes sense, because let's face it, not everyone is ready to go 100% electric yet, especially folks who actually plan to use this SUV for long trips or off-road exploration where charging stations are few and far between. The hybrid system gives you the best of both worlds: electric range for your daily drives and a backup combustion engine for when you're pushing farther out. And for the purists, the EV version looks like it'll deliver over 350 miles on a single charge, which is plenty impressive considering its size and capability. Inside, the Polestar 7 keeps that Scandinavian soul but makes it more luxurious and more futuristic. Step in, and it feels like a calm, modern lounge. They've really leaned into sustainable materials again. Things like plant-based leathers, recycled fabrics, responsibly sourced woods, but instead of feeling like compromises, these materials feel premium, almost like something out of a high-end boutique hotel. The center console is dominated by the latest Polestar infotainment system. Yes, it's still powered by Google's built-in OS, but now it's faster, smoother, and smarter. The screen is larger, but not overwhelming. It blends with the dash in a way that feels balanced. The voice control is better too, so you don't have to fumble around with menus while driving. And rear passengers finally get their share of comfort: extra legroom, reclining seats, and a panoramic glass roof that makes the cabin feel airy and wide open. I can totally picture sitting back there on a road trip, watching the sky as you cruise along. Performance-wise, Polestar hasn't disappointed. Early reports suggest dual-motor setups with plenty of power, and the higher trims are expected to do 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds. That's sports car territory, but in a rugged SUV body. Combine that with adaptive suspension and intelligent drive modes, and you've got something that can rip through mountain roads one day and handle muddy trails the next. So where does the Polestar 7 sit in terms of price? Well, Polestar is aiming above the Polestar 3, so expect a starting point in the mid-$80,000 range for the hybrid, with the high-spec EVs pushing well past $100,000. That places it squarely against heavy hitters like the Tesla Model X, BMW X, and Mercedes EQE SUV. But here's the thing: none of those competitors are offering this same combination of rugged off-road credibility, sustainable luxury, and hybrid flexibility. That's where Polestar is carving its niche. Now, compared to past models, the jump is massive. The Polestar 2 was a great electric sedan, but it was more of an entry point. The Polestar 3 leaned into being a stylish family SUV, but it was still very road-focused. The Polestar 7 feels like the brand growing up, stretching its legs, and saying, hey, we can be premium, adventurous, and different all at once. It doesn't feel like Volvo's electric cousin anymore. It feels like Polestar has finally become its own brand with its own vision. And here's something I personally love. Polestar isn't trying to copy Tesla or Mercedes. Instead, they're creating their own story, with that Scandinavian identity shining through. It's clean, it's purposeful, and it's innovative, but now it's also adventurous. You don't often see that combination, and I think that's what makes the 7 such a fascinating vehicle. At the end of the day, the 2026 Polestar 7 is shaping up to be more than just another electric SUV. It's a statement of confidence. It says Polestar is ready to step outside the comfort zone and offer something truly versatile. For people who want sustainability,